As Uhuru Kenyatta prepares for the next phase of the electoral process before he takes the oath of office to begin his second and final term as the fourth president of the Republic of Kenya, circumstances that led to his announcement as the duly elected president in the repeat election have been highlighted in a report by an observer team from the European Union. In their preliminary report, the process seemed open and especially polling and counting appeared to be generally well admitted. Some technical improvements were evident in the results process, though the observers say there is much more room for improvement in the future. However,
we are confirming, we are very busy, we don't want election.
Like many parts taken before, this one was not without dark alleys and winding twists and turns. About 25 constituencies failed to participate in the vote of October 26th. While the IEBC puts the figures at slightly above 7.6 million voters, which translates to 38.2% of the vote, the EU notes that the October 26th election saw a turnout of half of what was experienced on August 8, 2017. This was partly due to NASA supporters blocking the process in some counties. Roadblocks were mounted in some instances, making transport of materials difficult, as well as attacks on IEBC officials and citizen observers.
Unfortunately, I've watched as people seeking for punching back found a very good one in me.
In the period before the election, there was uncertainty over the capability of the IEBC to conduct the rerun free from interference. In his speech just before announcing the final result Monday, Wafula Chebukati notes that this was the most free, fair and credible election in the country's history.
After election, we face the same challenges as Kenyans in exactly the same way. Every election, every 5 years, we seem to be facing the same challenges. And it's important for us to pause and ask ourselves some hard questions.
The observers note that actions on both sides have put people and institutions in a difficult position. The dangerous political standoff that breeds violence resulted in loss of lives and hurts the nation. They say there was also intimidation of the judiciary by the political class, names like Wakora Network and a judicial coup being of concern to the observer teams.
Senior political leaders have also threatened the judiciary, promising to cut it to size and teach us a lesson.
This is a political crisis. We need to come round and address it.
The sudden resignation and self-exile of Dr. Roslyn Akombe brought out an issue that had only been speculation for months. Attacks on the IEBC being said to have made the Commission fearful in undertaking their duties. The EU also felt that the introduction of laws was bringing uncertainty in the legal framework with last-minute amendments. These last-minute changes made without political consensus.
If an act of Parliament is a direct expression of the will of the people, are the people happy with the law?
Obstruction of the electoral process through violence acts was also an issue of concern, with police being accused of disproportionate actions. All said and done, the EU believes that all is not lost. They have proposed changes they say will heal this country. Grievances over the electoral processes be addressed through judicial channels. The courts in the IEBC be allowed to work independently without undue pressure. Security agencies be fully accountable by providing public information on forces deployed and actions taken. Independent investigations into their actions to be taken, making it public and taking action. Demonstrations should be peaceful as political leaders engage in dialogue to identify a way forward. This they will do by addressing long-term electoral reform issues to prevent future violence, and the IEBC promptly publishes number of voters in each polling station identified biometrically, alphanumerically or through manual complementary mechanism. Leila Mohammed, NTV.